fully with you, with my mind, with my thought, with my emotions and feelings. However, my definition to mindfulness, it's the ability to be aware of an experience that we are going through. It can be a thought that runs through my mind, and emotions that I'm feeling right now, and sensation, a process that I'm going through without being without being managed by it in no judgmental way. So it means like, for example, if I'm even, I will give you an example that I usually give because it's really explained. You know, one of my business trips, I had a challenging trip, and I was with a colleague there, and we had 2 hours to create a presentation to our client. And while we were making the presentation, I asked them a really naive question regarding the structure of the meeting. And as I asked him, he lost it and talked to me in a really offended way. So I was really offended. And then and I didn't understand what happened there, right? Because someone screams at you, you don't understand what's happened. And then we were both mad, and we said, okay, let's meet in an hour. And once I went out of the situation, I sat back from the situation, beyond the unpleasant feeling that I felt, I tried to connect to the broader picture and understand what happened here. And then I understood. I understood that when I'm stressed out, I like to ask questions. It helps me feel in control. And I understood that when he's stressed out, he contains the emotion, contains what's happening then, like a volcano, the stress managing, and this is why he talked to me in an unpleasant manner. And then I have a choice. I had a choice. I came back and went 1 hour, and we wanted to succeed with the presentation. So I decided to be professional and to do what we need in order to succeed. And only after the presentation to sit and speak about what's happening and to coordinate expectations. So we succeeded also with the presentation, also in a paradoxical way. The tough conversation that we had increased the trust between us because we talked about the way we act out with each other and put boundaries. So for me, this is a great example of being mindful, because at the same time, I felt the unpleasant feeling, but I didn't let them manage me, right? I connected to this feeling, connected to the broader picture, and then had a choice. So as Viktor Frankl described mindfulness, he defines mindfulness as the space between the stimulation and the response. As we broaden this space, we have a free choice to choose our behaviors, right? So for me, this is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability to be connected to our own private experience and at the same time to the broader picture. The ability to move between these two realms and choose our behavior, this is a mindfulness state of mind. So again, and it's important to say that it's not that I disconnected from my experience, right? I didn't disconnect from my unpleasant experience and continued business as usual with my mind. No, I decided to manage my emotions, and I understood that it's not a good time to open a discussion now because you can't handle it, so I will do it afterwards. So I did connect to my emotion. However, I didn't let them manage me, because usually when someone shouted at us, what do we do automatically? Fight or flight, right? Shout back or set back from the situation. So and this is what comes back to what I said in the beginning, the ability to connect to our complete humanity experience, however, being able to manage it. And this is actually what mindfulness enables us to connect to various kinds of emotion that we feel in the moment, but to walk with them and not being managed by them. So this is, for me, a crucial element nowadays.
So how is mindfulness really in your own life, in your own, like, as a person, as a mother, as a businesswoman? How do you connect mindfulness to that?
So you ask about meditation. So
yourself.
Yeah. So I myself meditating every day for 30 minutes and going through retreats by my own. So I'm finding the time to pause. I really need this time. You know, it's what fuels me. If I don't meditate one day, I feel that I need it. For me, it's like a cigarette, because it's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to it, and it's a good addiction. However, I offer really people who want to, so I use it daily. I can use it even between meetings. Now, before we started the podcast, at the time, I took 5 minutes to meditate and to put my intention, to be present when I'm coming to this conversation. So I use it even 5 minutes between meetings. Before I come home from work, I can sit in the car for 5 minutes, take a few breaths, and come open. And even going to nature, taking 10 minutes to nature, walking in nature, feeling the winds, smelling the flowers. This is also kind of meditation. So you don't need, if you ask me about people that are listening, if they need to embrace my meditation, I highly recommend. But you can do it in different ways. And when I facilitate my courses and retreats, people are acknowledging that actually they have their own way to meditate, even if it's not a classical meditation. So they go swimming. Swimming is also kind of being in the moment, clearing your mind and being present. Maybe jogging, maybe going to nature. So you need to find the time that you are pausing. And if you reflect on it, you will see that the moments in the day that you are really pausing and not in your mind and only present.
Yeah. So what do you see when you talk to the leaders coming to your retreats and courses, and what is the biggest challenges that leaders face today, and what do they need to know in order to succeed?
As I see, the big challenge nowadays is, again, to be present with the unknown, with